The theater lights dim, and for just a moment, everything goes quiet. Not the peaceful kind of quiet, but the kind that makes your heart beat louder in your chest. Stay with me until the end of this story, because what happens in the final moments leaves even the toughest judge completely speechless. And if stories like this inspire you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because moments like these deserve to be remembered. When the announcer calls his name, a slim Filipino man walks onto the America's Got Talent stage, shoulders slightly hunched, hands trembling just enough for the cameras to catch it. He looks ordinary, almost invisible, standing beneath the massive lights. He wears a simple black jacket, his hair carefully combed back, and for a second, people in the audience whisper to each other. No flashy entrance. No dramatic pose. Just a quiet man with nervous eyes and a shy smile. Simon Cowell leans back in his chair, arms crossed, the expression on his face saying he's seen this story 1,000 times before. The contestant introduces himself softly, his accent gentle, his voice barely rising above the murmur of the crowd. He says he's from the Philippines, that he works long hours just to support his family, and that music has always been his escape. When asked why he chose to audition, his eyes glisten as he explains that growing up, life wasn't easy. There were nights without electricity, days when food was uncertain, and moments when dreams felt like a luxury he couldn't afford. But there was always one voice that gave him hope: Elvis Presley. Watching old performances on a small, flickering screen, he imagined himself singing with that same power, that same soul. The judges exchange polite smiles. The audience applauds, but it's cautious applause. No one expects magic yet. Simon raises an eyebrow and asks the question that always changes everything. So, what are you going to sing for us today? The contestant takes a deep breath and answers, an Elvis song. There's a ripple of reaction through the crowd, some excitement, some doubt. Elvis is sacred ground. Many have tried. Most have failed. The music begins softly. The man closes his eyes. For a split second, it feels like time slows down. Then he opens his mouth, and the first note hits like lightning. It's not just good. It's unreal. The sound that pours out of him is rich, deep, and hauntingly familiar. It carries the raw emotion of Elvis himself, but with a warmth and sincerity that feels entirely his own. The audience gasps. A woman in the front row covers her mouth. One of the judges leans forward, eyes wide. Simon's posture changes instantly, arms uncrossed now, his face frozen in disbelief. As the song builds, the contestant transforms. The nervous man disappears, replaced by a performer filled with confidence and fire. His voice climbs effortlessly, smooth and powerful, each note wrapped in emotion. You can hear the pain of struggle, the hope of survival, and the joy of finally being seen, all in a single breath. The crowd begins to applaud mid-performance, unable to contain themselves. Some people are already on their feet. But the real challenge comes in the middle of the song, where many singers falter. The high note approaches, and you can feel the tension in the room. He pauses, grips the microphone, and then releases a note so pure and controlled that it sends chills through the theater. The audience erupts. Tears stream down faces. One judge wipes their eyes. Another shakes their head in disbelief. Simon Cowell doesn't blink. He just stares. By the time the final note fades, the theater explodes into a standing ovation. The applause is thunderous, relentless, filled with emotion. The contestant stands there, stunned, breathing heavily, as if he himself can't believe what just happened. He bows his head, overwhelmed, and when he looks up, his eyes are full of tears. The judges try to speak, but the crowd won't let them. The applause continues, louder and louder. Finally, the judges rise from their seats. One praises his authenticity, saying it felt like watching a legend reborn. Another tells him that his voice carries a story the world needs to hear. When it's Simon's turn, the room goes silent again. Simon leans forward, pauses for a long moment, and then smiles, something he doesn't do easily. He admits that he expected an imitation, but what he heard was something far greater. He says, slowly and honestly, that was one of the most unexpected performances I've heard on this stage. The audience cheers. The contestant presses his hand to his chest, shaking with emotion. Then comes the moment no one saw coming. Without warning, a judge slams the golden buzzer. Gold confetti rains down from above, filling the air like a dream. The contestant drops to his knees, crying openly now, hands covering his face as years of struggle, doubt, and sacrifice pour out in a single moment. The audience roars. The judges rush the stage to embrace him. It's not just a win, it's a life-changing moment. As the gold continues to fall, the camera captures his face through tears, smiling wider than he ever has before. This isn't just about a voice. It's about resilience. About believing in yourself when no one else does. About holding on to a dream even when the world tells you it's impossible. And that's why this moment matters. Because somewhere out there, someone is watching this right now, doubting their own worth, their own talent, their own future. This story is proof that miracles don't always come loud and flashy. Sometimes, they walk on stage quietly, and then change everything. If this story moved you, inspired you, or gave you chills, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more unforgettable moments like this. Never underestimate a dream, never underestimate a voice, and never give up, because you never know when your moment will come.